Over the years, General Motors has made a lot of mistakes, from the ongoing ignition switch recall to bankruptcy filing, even the infamously bad Oldsmobile diesel engine. These are a few of its fiascos. But to all of the naysayers, to everyone that bemoans this company, calling it government motors, or says that GM can't build any good cars, to you, I say shut your trap, because you don't know what you're talking about. They can build world-class products like the all-new third-generation Cadillac CTS-V. I'd argue this sports sedan is equal to any of its rivals from Germany, be it an M5, RS7, or AMG E-Class. Now, I know that's a bold statement to make because we cannot forget that this is the company that brought us the Chevrolet Uplander minivan and, of course, the Geo brand, but just hear me out for a second. You see, for starters, any proper luxury sports sedan has got to have power and lots of it, and fortunately, engineers did not cut any corners under the V's hood. There's nothing particularly exotic here, but it all works exceptionally well. There's 6.2 liters worth of capacity and pushrod actuated valves, and that last part sounds more antiquated than churning your own butter. You get rivers of silky smooth thrust at any speed and intoxicating whine. Up top, you'll notice a gigantic supercharger nestled in the valley, and this belt-driven metallic lung helps GM's LT4 small block deliver like FedEx at Christmas time, squeezing out 640 SAE-certified horses and nearly as much torque. Thanks to these asphalt-ripping figures, the 2016 CTS-V can hit 60 miles an hour in just 3.7 seconds and top out north of 2 Benjamin Franklins. Helping enable that breathtaking speed, and seriously, this car probably collapsed one of my lungs, is an 8-speed automatic, the only transmission offered. It can shift faster than a dual-clutch unit, yet still has exemplary refinement because it also has a torque converter, and aside from the lack of a third pedal, there's basically nothing to gripe about here. Of course, refinement is another requirement for cars of this caliber, and out on normal streets, the 2016 Cadillac CTS-V feels just so solid, so secure, and so stable. It whispers as it goes about its business, and it tracks almost like it's locked on a pair of rails. It's quite remarkable, but like a schizophrenic person that's off their meds, its personality can change in an instant because you just rifle through the various driving modes here, and you can change the way this car performs, and the differences are quite dramatic. Part of the reason why it's so compliant yet responsive is GM's third-generation magnetic ride control adaptive suspension, which is 40% faster than its predecessor, and in the real world that means at 60 miles an hour it actually adjusts damping for every inch of road. But for all of its capability, there are a few curious missteps. The company's Q infotainment system, for instance, is as challenging to use as ever, though you do get 4G LTE connectivity as well as Apple CarPlay for all of you iPhonies out there. Now, for other reasons, and I can't quite put my finger on why, the driving position is just a little bit awkward. I can't quite get it dialed in where I want. And lastly, the lovely suede-covered steering wheel and shifter, that costs an extra $300. Come on, Cadillac, we're spending a ton of money. Can't you just throw in a little bit of suede for free, please? As for options, Recaro front seats will set you back $2,300, and the performance data recorder, which can track video of you driving on a race circuit, is an extra $1,300. Base price for the CTS-V here is just $10 less than $85,000, and of course that includes destination fees at $995, and overall that is thousands less than its rivals, making this car quite a value. Boring stuff aside, a car this powerful is really sort of wasted out on the street. You really need to take it to a closed course in order to push its full performance potential, but where are we ever going to find a track around these parts? Well, as I live and breathe, that appears to be a competitive racing style circuit. Well, I wonder if they'll let us in. Road America? What's that? Some sort of scenic byway or something? Now, if you're really lucky, you'll get to drive one of these thoroughbreds out on a racetrack, and I'm extremely lucky today because I'm at Road America in Wisconsin, a 4-mile track that offers up insane speed, and it's perfect for putting the CTS-V sledgehammer power to the test. But what good is 640 horses if you can't control it? Fortunately, we have got massive Brembo brakes in this car, and they can bring it to a halt from 100+ mile-an-hour speeds time after time after time. They are extremely resistant to fade. Great pedal modulation. GM did a bang-up job with these things. Right now, I'm sitting in 16-way adjustable Recaro bucket seats, and these things are fantastic, especially for a skinny guy like me. I can bring the bolsters in. It hugs me really tight, just like my weird uncle at Christmas time. And you really need that support because this car is equipped with Michelin Pilot Super Sport tires that are made of an ultra gummy compound, and they provide damn near 1G of lateral grip. In a big car like the CTS, that is pretty frickin' impressive. Steering feel, very nice, very sharp. I love the optional suede on this one right here. It's easy to grip, especially when your hands are sweating when you're driving at speed. This car feels big. It weighs about 4,200 pounds. It really isn't that bad, but it seems long, very broad-shouldered as well. Fortunately, it's an absolute pleasure to snake through corners here. It's not quite as crisp, not quite as sharp as the ATS-V, but for such a large car, very impressed. This car will scare the soil out of you. Fortunately, I caught it in time, but GM, as I mentioned earlier, may not be the perfect company, but which one is? However, the all-new 2016 Cadillac CTS-V comes closer to flawless than a lot of people may expect, and it undercuts its competitors by thousands of dollars, and overall, it is one of the best vehicles this company has ever built, and it goes on sale in August. But to all of the naysayers that bemoan this company, to everyone that calls it government motors or says GM can't build any good cars, I say to you, shut your mouth because you don't know what the you're talking about, you mother, you idiot, you disrespect Detroit, you could I am out of swear words right now.